Car facelifts are a lottery. Some manufacturers reshape the lower spoiler on the front bumper and call the car brand new. Others introduce so many changes the car is virtually new. And how about the refreshed Toyota Auris?
From the outside, changes are noticeable. Even if you can't really pinpoint it, something is different. Just in case you can't see it, there are new headlights, new grille and a new bumper. If you don't believe me, take a look at the pre-facelift model review. From the side, the biggest changes are in the back. There is a shark fin antenna and the rear lights are also new. Which leads us to the back, where we have the new lights and a new bumper. But these are just cosmetic changes. The most significant stuff is under the bonnet.
Toyota can be now ordered with a 4-cylinder turbocharged 1.2-liter petrol engine producing 116 horsepower. Although it's less powerful than the old 1.6 naturally aspirated power plant, it has more torque and, on paper, it is more efficient. We'll get to that in a moment.
Today I'll start in the front because this is where the biggest changes are. The cockpit has been thoroughly redesigned, even if the general concept with a floating center console remains the same. The facelifted model gets a bigger touchscreen and beneath it are some switches which look like they're taken from an airplane. Switches for heated seats, as well as a USB port and a 3.5mm jack socket are at the bottom of the center console, just above a small storage compartment, and you can close it with a flap. Also, the dials have changed from flat to tunnel, and there's a modernized display between them. Other changes include a new gear selector, at least in the CVT model. I also noticed new closing mechanism for the side air vents. They now close like a camera shutter. Useless trivia, but cool.
On the road, the refreshed Auris is like its predecessor. This is not a car, this is a means of transport. During the weekend, I took the Auris for a test drive and I don't remember driving it. I also forgot to park the car in the garage because I failed to spot the Auris in my driveway. My neighbor also has some sort of a Toyota and I thought it was his. So if you're buying the Auris to cruise for chicks, reality check, dude. You need to buy something without the back doors. And if you're a woman trying to impress your girlfriends, the car you're looking for is called the Prius, and Nancy from Weeds drove one. By the way, when designing the Toyota Auris, Toyota engineers planned that the car will be available with petrol, diesel, as well as a hybrid drivetrain. The latter doesn't affect capacity because batteries fit under the rear seats. But as far as the image goes, hybrid Auris is no Prius. Under the bonnet of this example is a 1.2-liter petrol turbocharged engine. Predictably, Toyota assures that the engine has been thoroughly tested and there is nothing to worry about as far as reliability is concerned, but we've seen the early TSI engines from Volkswagen, so time will tell what will happen with the Toyota turbocharged engine. The turbo engine is significantly more expensive than the naturally aspirated model, but only slightly cheaper than the hybrid, so I guess your choice will depend on local taxes and incentives. But Toyota reckons you'll go for the hybrid anyway. Meanwhile, the 1.2 turbo engine is quite good even with the CVT. CVT and turbo seem to be a match made in heaven. Higher torque means you don't have to rev the engine and you don't get the lawnmower effect. So much win. Fuel economy is around 7 liters per 100 kilometers in the combined cycle. Toyota promises just below 6. Extra urban is closer to 6 than the claimed 5, but at motorway speeds you are going to get around 8, which is no surprise with a small engine. By the way, at motorway speeds the wind noise is noticeable. Otherwise, the car is fine. And you know what? I would even consider the Auris instead of the Golf, for example, if the Auris could corner. And God, does it hate cornering. It's just not engaging to drive, not at all. So the question is whether you're looking for a car or just means of transport. If you just want means of transport, then Auris is the car you're looking for. In the Auris, nothing will excite you, including your wife, but at least you won't have any points on your license. And to make sure of that, Toyota comes with not one, but two systems which tell you what the legal speed is. So one of them is here in SatNav, it takes data from SatNav, and the other one is here between the dials, and it works with a camera which is installed up there, and it reads the real speed limit. So in case there is some road work or maybe your SatNav is out of date, it will tell you what the real speed limit in the area is. Moreover, the Auris is equipped with a collision warning system, which can sometimes be cheated if you corner too quickly. But generally, it's a good system which will help you save a lot of money on repairs. Cool thing, the stop and start system works only when you stop and press the brake pedal harder. But I have a problem with the blind spot. The blind spot here around the A-pillar, it's huge. The mirror is huge, the A-pillar is huge. So whenever I'm turning right, I don't know what's there. There's just a huge blind spot, and that's somewhat annoying. And now let's look in the back. Legroom is average. Good news is the flat floor in the middle and good headroom, even with the optional panoramic roof. But the rear doesn't feel as high quality as the front. This is no Volkswagen Golf.
And it's even more sad in the 360-litre boot, although now there's at least a double floor. Prices of the facelifted Auris start at around 16,000 euros. This fully equipped example with CVT, panoramic roof, SatNav and leather interior will cost you around 10 grand more.
I like the changes Toyota made to the Auris, so if you're looking for something to carry you from A to B that's not necessarily a bus, take a good look at the Toyota Auris. Click subscribe to stay in touch, also watch more of my reviews, comment, rate and share my videos. New episodes every Friday. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.